You've just seen video from the Count Basie Center for the Arts, and we are joined by their president and CEO, Adam Philipson. How you doing, Adam?
I'm doing great, as great can be. We're hanging in there, just like everybody.
You're hanging in there. Listen, what we just saw is just a piece of what's going on down at the Count Basie Center for the Arts, an iconic institution, struggling, thriving, what?
Kind of all, actually. I mean, did a lot of thriving from the struggle. I mean, like everyone in the arts, we were the first to close and will be the last to open. But despite that, there's just been, the proverbial pivot, but also growth, building, preparing, partnering. There's just been so much that we've been doing in this downtime to get ready to live up to the reopen.
I'm obsessed by the whole idea of innovation for leaders of nonprofits, organizations like yours, like ours. But a drive-in? You create a drive-in? What did you do? Build one?
Yeah, we did. We partnered in the racetrack for actually what was the largest in the country. We didn't want to do something small. We didn't want to just like make something happen for 100 people. We figured if we're going to do something, let's go big. So that was 900 cars in a parking lot. I mean, it was a big happening. We did a bunch of those, and I mean, it was one of the beginning of the pivot that we did.
Let me ask you, COVID-19 has made what you're doing more difficult and more challenging, but it is also, many people believe, and I'd like you to elaborate on this, Adam, that it's also made it clear how important the arts really are in our lives.
Listen, I mean, 100%. I mean, first of all, there wasn't a commercial that you saw during COVID, during the quarantine era, where somebody wasn't reaching for a musical instrument, singing on a balcony, dancing with family. There was definitely, I think, a reconnection to the arts and the need to be expressing ourselves. So that's the good piece. I think the problem was this perception that by being somewhere publicly consuming the arts, it was going to be the problem. That's where it was all going to break down. And that's why I think we were the slowest to open. But we have been, I think, more committed to our mission and the need for the arts to be part of the healing as we come out of this, because we're not out of it yet.
Right. Let's do this. By the way, Mom, I know you're watching. My mother, I'm never going to say her age. She made me promise. She's just taken up playing the piano. And you just proved the point by saying it. She was telling me literally 2 days ago. I said, Ma, is it a good time? She goes, it's the best time. So there it is.
And we've seen that. I think because of virtual, that's one thing. It did make it easier. You didn't have to drive. I would make a pretty hefty wager that your mom is taking a class online. Am I right?
If she can turn the computer on, yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ma. Don't edit that out. No. Yeah, go ahead. Why? But are you saying people are learning how to play instruments, learning how to do things online as well as in person?
Absolutely. I think the virtual world has definitely shown that it's easier. It's easier for parents. It's easier for kids. You don't have to drive an hour for a lesson. Listen, I'm not saying that there's not an incredible value to be in a room, right? I mean, there's only so much longer we can handle the Zoom. You need to have that human connection, but it absolutely works. Parents that have their kids doing a lot are actually, very grateful to be able to be home and have their kids Zooming in for a guitar lesson or a violin lesson. So yeah, we've seen lessons go up.
Do this first. We're doing a series called New Jersey Leaders Who Matter. And Count Basie, Red Bank, his connection, he matters, and he mattered and matters greatly. Why is he a leader who matters?
He was, first of all, he's from Red Bank. But I mean, he was a maverick in his time. He's self-taught. He used to go to a movie theater that's no longer here, but down in Red Bank, and would watch the silent films and watch the person who was doing the piano and sort of taught himself, then had some lessons. Apparently the story goes the person who was the accompanist of the silent movies was sick, and he jumped in, and he never stopped playing. And I just think that's why he's so important. He's so important to our community, and one of the reasons Red Bank is a popular place. And so when we had the opportunity to put his name on this venue, I think it just drove in the importance of the arts, the importance of jazz, the importance of what music means to this community.
Let me ask you something. For those of us who lead nonprofits, there's often some connection, some personal connection, the passion that we feel, whoever we are, whatever we do. What's your connection to the arts?
So yeah, I had an arts background. I mean, listen, I'll be an artist forever, but I was a theater actor, was on Broadway, a bunch of national tours, movies, TV, just did a lot of the work as a working actor. But at some point, wanted to step away from being in the front and kind of be behind. And I think what's just fantastic for me and the connection that I've been able to make is that I know what it means to be sitting with an audience of 2,000 people, and how you have to take someone from point A to point B through a story and take them on that journey. And even though I'm not on the stage, I bring that from behind the stage, and that's what we try to create here. You're taking someone on a journey from the second they see that the show is on sale to the minute they leave. You're taking them on a journey.
Hey, speaking of journeys, real quick, we got about 30 seconds left. Philanthropic support of what you do is critically important. Corporate foundation support, right? Because if we no money, no mission.
No doubt. I mean, we have been so blessed by not only our board of trustees, but this community who rallied when we closed our doors and said, "You are not closing," and kept us open. If you ever see that kind of support, I mean, yes, we had unbelievable support to build a $27 million campus, but the support that we saw before we were about to close our doors, like everyone during COVID, is something that recommitted us all to our mission forever.
And by the way, I want to thank the folks at the Bank of America who actually encouraged us and talked to us about the work going on at the Count Basie Center for the Arts. Adam, we thank you. We wish you and the family at Count Basie all the best, and beautiful Red Bank down at the Jersey Shore. Hey, Adam, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Take care.
I'm Steve Adubato. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Think Tank with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by Bank of America, PSC&G, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, Choose New Jersey, the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities Clean Energy Program, the Fidelco Group, Johnson & Johnson, and by Caldwell University. Promotional support provided by New Jersey Globe and by New Jersey Monthly.
Hi, I'm Abby. You might see me as an ordinary person, but I've been living with a brain injury since 2018. Opportunity Project gave me hope, and I've gained confidence through job skill training and helping my family. Despite my challenges with memory, I see a possibility to keep improving.
If you have a brain injury, you don't have to face your road to recovery alone. Learn more about Opportunity Project and its partnership with Children's Specialized Hospital.